Okay, here we are at the old McCray homestead. Been a lot of changes made to this area, so it's hard to tell that any kind of a homestead was here. First of all, they pushed in this pond right here and put in this water tank with a solar operated pump so they can move water around this ranch for all these cattle. So that pond did not used to be here, and that road going across over there did not used to be here. This was all just a drainage like that over there. So the McCray homestead sat right about where we're standing. All that dug up dirt was pushed back in here as fill. I've got some old pictures of the place, so I can put them in here and show you what it looked like back in its day. And I think over there was the outhouse. There's a picture of my cousins and my aunt and uncle over in an area that looked a lot like that, walking up to an old outhouse. A picture was taken back in the 60s. I'm pretty sure that's where it was, right over there. But there's some old valley oaks. There's a huge one up here, I'll show you. That's a good size one right there. That's a big old blue oak there. So there's good water in here. You can see the runoff over there. There was a good spring up there. And there was an old pipe, not this galvanized shiny stuff here. This was put in by the new owners. But some old pipe ran down here to serve the McCrays. Clinton Marie McCray came from Kern County down in Bakersfield. They bought this place, this ranch, really large ranch, 2,000 plus acres, around the same time my grandparents came up here in 1921. They were a little older than my grandparents, but not by much. So they got along famously together, visited each other, had dinner at each other's houses occasionally. And my grandpa looked after this place when Clint moved back to Bakersfield to take care of his dad when his dad was sick. McCrays never came back to this place. They only lived here for a few years. But they rented it out. Mostly the Gill. Gill ran their cattle in here. So, look at that old valley oak over there, boy. That's a giant. There's a coyote over there under that. See him moving? Nice shady place here. Must have heard my voice, decided to cut out. Look at that big, majestic giant. Wow. Here's some old tin, probably from the old homestead. The creek really powers through here. You see, wait, cut and ate away that bank over there. That's probably a 10, 12-foot drop over there. The breeze probably comes up from the lake bottom. The lake is behind us. Probably comes up through this little cut and across this flat here. Probably cool in the evenings. Man, talk about your stately elms. How about your magnificent valley oaks? I can't tell if that's got any acorns on it or not. Might have. There's some leaves, brush laying on the ground. That's usually an indication that squirrels or something are up there working the limbs. So there's spring boxes right up here. And they're in the pipe quite a ways, basically along the same line that this pipe here is running. I think this pipe probably comes from the same spring box. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through here or not. Let me put it on pause and I'll come out on the other side. Okay, Here we are. Came through there, crossed through the barbed wire, come out here. We could have drove in through the gate right here, but you get the idea. A water trough here. That's where that pipe is coming from. This water trough. Their spring box is right there. This is the old pipe right here. The old pipe that ran down to the McCray Homestead. If you pull that weight off of there, open that metal plate, you can see how somebody cemented it all in. And then there's a pipe right there where they used to run. Oh, they're still running it out. That's where the water for that water trough's coming from, at the spring box. Yeah, I don't know how old that trough is. I'm sure it's newer than when McCray's lived here, but it's still pretty old. I think this probably used to be a wagon road come through here. Right through here. On up that way right there. Probably went all the way out to the Hines place. Wiley Hines. Had a homestead. Oh, it's got to be probably a mile in that direction there. To the south. There's some old tin. Something probably from the McCray water trough that was here before the cement water trough. They didn't have good cement back in 1900, early 1900. So a lot of water troughs were made out of tin. Portland cement was a really newer thing. But you can see the water comes off of these flats, comes cascading down this draw, and boy, it just eats it away, just like a hydroblast. There's another big old valley oak, man. Look at that sucker. That's big. Still in good shape. One beside it didn't do well in the drought. Probably gave up all its water to his neighbor there. Some old lattice fence board right there. Late evening, maybe 4:30. October 4th or 5th. Squirrel right there on that rock staring at me. So, the McCray Homestead. I'll put some pictures in here of the place so you can get an idea what it looked like in the 50s and the 60s. These old homesteads are pretty much gone now. Pretty much gone. They've been razzed by property owners or bulldozed down, burned down in fires or whatever. But, you know, the springs still survive because the homesteaders, they lived where the Indians lived. The Indians were here hundreds of years before the white people, and they knew where the water was. So we may find some Indian milling rocks around here too. That's it for this place.